Hi, everyone, and welcome to the first academic Senate regular meeting of our fall 2021 semester. It's nice to see all of you. I am officially calling this meeting to order. The time is now 3:04 on Wednesday, August 25th. So I am now sharing the meeting agenda with you all. And I would like to take an opportunity for everybody to introduce themselves, the senators and officers, and state who you, or the division for which you represent and or your position. So for those of you that are new to our Zoom meeting, I'm of course Rhiannon Napoleon, the Academic Senate President. Anna, are you here?
I normally have terrible internet, so I keep my camera off, but I will turn it on briefly to introduce myself. Hi, everyone. Ana Garcia, I'm the Vice President of Senate this year, and I also represent our part-time faculty.
Thanks, Anna. So right now the past president position is vacant, although we hope to clear that up in this meeting. Benjamin Reyes was going to be a little bit late today. So we'll start with Counselor Jen.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Hamilton, academic counselor, and I represent one of the senators that represents the Educational Support Division.
Thank you. And Ellen?
Hi, everyone. I'm Ellen Carey, librarian, and I'm the other Educational Support Division senator.
It's my understanding that Joy Kuntz will be late, and I don't see her yet. And I don't see Devana. So we'll come back to her if there's time. Elizabeth?
Hi, I'm Elizabeth. I'm representing math. And my last name's spelled wrong on that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Let me add that to my to-do list.
Okay.
Thank you for telling me.
Thank you.
Drives me bananas when my last name is spelled wrong. So I apologize for that. Okay.
No problem.
Kathy? Kathy
Yes,
O'Connor?
Kathy O'Connor. I'm here. Right. Me or Kathy Scott? Sorry.
Sorry, Senator Kathy O'Connor.
Okay. Kathy O'Connor, Chair of Health, Physical Education, Dance, and Athletics.
Thanks, Kathy. Robin?
Hi, everybody. I'm Robin Goodnow. I'm the senator from the School of Modern Languages and English as a Second Language.
Jess?
Hello, I'm Jess Estrada, and I am one of the senators for the Sciences Division.
Thanks, Jess. And Robbie?
Hi, I'm Robbie Fisher. I teach microbiology, and I'm the other Sciences Division senator.
Ruth?
Hi, I'm Ruth Morales. I am a senator in social sciences, and I'm also part of Senate steering.
Thank you, Ruth. Tara?
Hi, everyone. I'm Tara Carter, and I'm in the anthropology department, and I am the other senator for the social sciences.
Russell?
Hi, Russell Granger. I teach automotive technologies, and I'm the senator for the technologies division.
Trisha?
I'm Trisha Matone. I am the senator for the non-credit division area.
Chris, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. My name is Christina Garcia, and I'm an administrative assistant for Ed programs, and I help the Senate to the best of my capacity.
She does an amazing job. And then, and Cornelia, I know you're here in a temporary capacity, but can you please introduce yourself since you'll be speaking today? Officially.
Cornelia Alzheimer,
I teach accounting. I'm the faculty association president, and I'm filling in while we do not have a liaison yet appointed yet.
Okay, I think that's everyone that's here in an official capacity. So thank you everyone for, sorry, my apologies. And Kathy Scott. Kathy, go ahead.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kathy Scott. I'm the interim EVP.
Awesome. Okay, thank you.
Ray, Jenny's here also.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought Jenny would be late. Jenny
Yes.
Baxton.
I thought I was late too. But I'm Jenny Baxton. I represent English. I'm also on steering.
Thanks, Jenny. And I'm just going to look really quickly at the participants list. Make sure I didn't skip anyone else because I feel terrible doing that. Okay, I don't think I did. All right. Academic Senate community values. So we talked about these at our Senate retreat. I think a good one to remind us as we open up the school year is the one that is number 4. Trust that others are doing the best they can and continue to grow. Acknowledge and value that everyone, including ourselves, can learn and change through our interactions with one another. Remain open and welcoming to growth in ourselves and in others. And I think that one's especially important for the academic year because I strongly feel like one nice thing about academic years is it always feels like a new and a different start and an opportunity to do things better. So Zoom meeting guidelines, other than during public comment, the public is not invited to speak at the Senate meetings. Senators and those contributing to the meeting are asked to raise their virtual hand on Zoom and not their physical hand, and then will be called upon. Items to be taken out of order. No items are to be taken out of order today. But in terms of approval of the agenda, I want to point out that unfortunately our APs and BPs were not made available for public reviewing and senator reviewing. So we are not going to be able to have that as a discussion item and the information item as well. So we'll have to note that in our meeting minutes and they will be made available to you all the next time. And that was my fault. You know, I assumed that the campus had access to them as they were shared at BPAP and then requested to go out to constituency groups. So that I did not realize that until somebody pointed it out to me. Because of course I had viewing rights. So the other thing that's going to be pulled for from today's agenda, it is being kicked out to the next agenda. Our next meeting on September 8th is the Constitution petition. Again, another failure on my part was to communicate with the group that it was ready to go. I made an assumption that it was, and it is not. So we are going to basically be removing items 7.1, 8.1, and 8.2 from today's agenda. So unless I hear otherwise, I would like for the agenda to be accepted as posted and distributed. Any questions or comments about that? Please share now. You can raise your virtual hand if so. I'm seeing none. So the agenda is accepted with the changes that I previously mentioned, and we will now move on to item 3.1. So our public comment guidelines, I did not receive requests for public comment prior to the meeting. However, if you are from the public or a member of the greater SBCC campus community and would like to provide public comment now, you may indicate by raising your virtual hand in the Zoom meeting. And you will, the Santa Barbara City College community members will also have an opportunity to address the Senate later in the meeting before any of the agenda items. So if there's anyone that would like to give public comment, please raise your virtual hand. Okay, and I'm seeing none. Item 4.1, approval of our regular meetings. from the end of May, and our midsummer meeting July, and then meetings of our special meetings June, in 2 in June and 1 in July. And we stopped at July. Yes, we had more special meetings after that, and those will be available on our next Senate agenda for review. So these minutes have been posted and distributed. Is there anyone that has any corrections that they would like to see in any of the minutes? If so, please raise your virtual hand and let us know. Ellen Carey.
This is just a minor one on the July 14th meeting on page, I think it's page 4. There's a paragraph that just begins Senator Neufeld, and that's all there is. So I think that just.
Coolness.
Back at the recording, Ellen, thank you.
Sure.
So why don't we pull that one and bring it back so that we can review that later. Sound good?
I don't know if it's, you know, important enough error that, but I just thought I would mention it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, maybe there was something substantive that he shared. So let's pull it for now, and then we'll review Chris's edits, and then we can fully approve it. So that was the special meeting on July 14th, right, Ellen? Okay, so we're pulling that one. And is there any more comments or corrections for the other meeting minutes at this time? Okay, I'm seeing none. So the minutes, except for the special meeting for July 14th.
Sorry, can I interject again? I forgot about the other one I wanted to point out.
Okay.
Also just a typo, but on page 5 of the emergency meeting, on which date was this? This is the second to last one that was shared, the June 29th one. It refers to curbside pickup instead of curbside pickup for the library. So I thought that should be corrected.
Yes, thanks for catching that. Okay, so with curve being replaced with curb for the June 29th meeting, we will accept into the record the meeting minutes from May 5th, the regular meeting of July 14th, June 29th, and June 8th. And we will revisit the emergency meeting minutes, July 14th, and the other summer meetings at a later Senate meeting. Okay, item 5.1, President's Report. I have a written report there for you all. Being that we're in being a Brown Act committee, the senators received, the Senate, meaning Senate members and the Academic Senate President, received at least 2 communications over the summer in an official capacity. So I posted them in the President's Report because I didn't know what else I was supposed to do with them. Being a Brown Act committee, our communications are the public's. So they're posted there. I didn't know what else to do. So yeah, there's some other written reports there, but things that I wanted to mention that I will, that I didn't include in the report, the written report. One, the Senate will be picking up those strategic directions that Dr. Benjamin discussed in service. She reminded us that she worked on them with us as a campus prior to her leaving, and that this is what we should have been working on this entire time. So those, will be brought up at Senate steering for, looking for areas and items for either Senate or Senate subcommittees to work on. If, in addition to Senate steering, if there are other Senate members that are thinking about those strategic directions and want Senate to pick something up, please reach out to your Senate steering membership. And the other thing too is if you're from the faculty, you can let us know if you want us to agendize something. The other thing I want to mention, I said this at my all faculty Friday in service, the land acknowledgement previously written by Mia Lopez. If you are using that language, we do not have permission to use that language. Please do not use that language in email signatures. Please do not use it at meetings. Please do not use that on your course syllabus. The college is continuing a relationship with Chumash elders and are in conversation with them. That work, I would say, was disrupted by Dr. Goswami leaving our campus because he was a big part of those conversations, but that work continues, and there will be a land acknowledgement writing and more information on that soon. But again, please do not use Mia Lopez's language. And please, if you know of anybody or any place where it lives, please politely let that person or that body know that the history behind that. The other thing I want to mention is last year, the Academic Senate passed a resolution to support our Latino, Latina, Latinx students and our Asian, Asian American, Pacific Islander students in light of COVID. The last time Armando and I spoke was via email on August 8th, but as we move forward this semester, I expect to hear more about the art installation and the art installation that will hopefully come to our campus soon. So I don't have any other updates other than that. The other thing I wanted to mention is we have some Senate, not Senate committees, but committees in general that we need representation on. So I want senators to reach out to their faculty, as you should have been doing during in-service anyways, to try and get faculty members on especially Senate subcommittees, but also other committees. Right now, I absolutely know that we need 2 faculty members on equity. We need a faculty member on institutional effectiveness committee. And then we also need 2 faculty reps for a student grievance committee. Dean Chris Johnson let me know that grievance committee actually has work that needs to be attended to quite quickly. And so if 2 people are available, the Students Grievance Committee does not count towards your campus service and it meets on an as needed basis. So if you are available and willing, please let me know, and I will let Dean Chris Johnson know of the Academic Senate appointees. Robin.
Ray, could you just explain what specifically that committee deals with? It's not dealing, is it dealing with specific grievances or is it developing grievance language? Okay, thank you.
Let me bring it up exactly. It's defined in board policy. Here we go. Okay. Oh, no, I'm wrong. Administrative procedure. So there's a standing panel of 2 students appointed by the associated government, student government, 2 faculty members appointed by the academic senate, and 1 manager appointed by, oh, this doesn't help you. Sorry. I thought it was more of the language of what this does serve for. But yes, this is the student grievance committee. So when a student has a grievance and it goes through the processes and the grievance is appealed, repealed, I don't know which word, by the student, then it goes to a committee. And so the work of this committee will be reviewing the student's grievance and then making a determination based on the facts.
Thanks.
Yep. Okay. And I'm too nervous to figure out if it's repeal or appeal. So I see Benjamin Reyes' hand, so I'm hoping he's going to save me and tell me which one it is. Hey,
I'm not gonna save you on that. But I was on it the previous semester, and So yes, there's 2 student representatives, 2 faculty, and if there's a grievance, they'll bring it to you and, review the facts. You pretty much vote what you think, and that's what goes down. Unfortunately, there were no grievances when I was on that committee, and so we met occasionally. You do meet quite a bit at the beginning because you get trained. I want to use that word, trained, and you learn the process. But after that, it's only, like you said, Ray, as needed basis. So.
Did you just say, unfortunately, there were no grievances?
I was looking forward to at least one. We did all the training and stuff, and I didn't do anything. So yeah.
Also, a kind friend of mine let me know that it is appeal. So I appreciate that. So we got that figured out. Okay, so next I'd like to give an opportunity for Senate liaison reports. Our committees haven't been meeting, so you'll hear more about that in the future, but I do know Dr. Alzheimer, Cornelia is here to share a brief FA report for us. Cornelia?
Yeah, it will be really short. As you know, I know we were busy over the summer, as were you, dealing with fallout and workplace related issues coming with COVID-19 and our return to campus. And we signed an MOU, and I sent out a letter, and I just noticed that actually Rianne included this letter to faculty in her president's report as well. Thank you so much, Rianne. So now that we are trying to go into somewhat back to normal, the Faculty Association has submitted a proposal for a new contract to the board. It is on the board agenda for tomorrow, agenda item 11.6. If anyone is interested, you will see that it is very general at this point, and that is intentionally so. What the FA is going to do next is that we are going out to solicit faculty input. And from that input, we will be developing a more specific proposal, what specifically we are going to ask and bring to the table with the district. And so this is at the moment in the works, and we will so expect communication from the Faculty Association going out to ask for ideas for what we should go forward with for the new contract negotiations. And that's it for today. Thank you.
Thank you, Cornelia. Dr. Kathy Scott.
Thank you, Ray. Given that I spoke a lot last week, I don't have a huge number of updates right now, but I did want to just welcome you all to the school year. Hope things are going well in your classes. Thank you for serving on the Senate, which was one of the best experiences I ever had as a faculty member, and it's really an important role. I did want to let you know that for those of you that are on campus, it seems to be going pretty smoothly. We have the 7 check-in stations. The students are walking around with their wristbands and their masks, even outside when they're not required to. They seem happy to be here, and they seem willing to follow the rules because they know that that's the only way they can be here. So it's gone smoothly as far as I can tell. There's been a few things here and there, but nothing really significant. So that's been really a positive thing. I did also want to just tell you, and now on the COVID thing, I'm getting lots of questions from faculty on everything from how do I get healthy roster, all these questions. So I'm doing my best to answer them, but it's amazing all the things you didn't think of until you get a question from a faculty member and you're like, you know what, I didn't think about that. Don't laugh, Cornelia, because you know it's true. Okay, in regards to spring, we are starting to think about spring, and the packets are going to go out to the department chairs, I believe this week or early next week, and we are looking at a larger presence on campus. We want to bring our students back. It's important for them to be back. They really look happy to be here. We are going to look for a larger presence, like I said. It's important to President's Cabinet that we keep in mind that we are a public-facing institution. Our students want to be here, many of them, and that we do have, a big impact with our Black, African American, Latinx, Asian, Pacific Islander, Native American, et cetera, students when we're online. It's not everybody has transitioned as well as some people, and those issues still remain. So that's all I really have to say, but thank you for the opportunity, and I hope you have a great semester.
Thank you for that. Okay, item 5.4. So before we highlight the particular item that was requested today, I do want to address something. I received some criticism that I want to share out about this request to agendize items at future meetings. Today's request included the name of an administrative person on our campus. And so the criticism that we received was that the name was included in the request for this item. First of all, our past practice of putting things into this document and sharing them out publicly has always included the language that the person requesting provided, either in a formal or an informal way. Also, past practice was to not redact names. Previously, names have been used. So this is the first time that this criticism has come up, even though names were used previously. I spoke about this particular criticism and how we should think about this and what should we do with this as Senate steering today, because I am frankly conflicted. While I understand that that this agenda item may open up an opportunity for, let's say, abuse, that has not been the case. Also, I will share that I have made again a commitment to transparency and inclusivity. And so while a name was used here, I think it's important for transparency to be transparent about what the request was and why. And also this person is an administrator at our college. And so the request to agendize an item was an issue about their, let's say, part of their job. So it's here, let's talk about it. I just wanted to make sure that I mentioned with Senate steering that we received this criticism and what do we want to do with it. Our Vice President, Christina Garcia, had a really great idea, which is to create an intake form, like a Google form. I will do that. I will post it on our Senate site. I will include it in my official Senate President emailings, and we'll also post it on the agenda, and we'll link it here to this item. And then the policy, and it will be clearly stated in our on our Google form, is that whatever language you provide here, and you can submit anonymously, it will be published and not edited, censored, nor redacted unless it is a wildly inappropriate thing like an attack or spam or something like that, at which time it will be reported using the report a concern form so that it's documented and handled that way. So the request for the agenda item came from a faculty member to an academic senator. And the request was that Senate take action around getting Vice President of Business Services, Lindsay Moss, to respond to her faculty emails, especially questions regarding her proposals. Faculty have emailed Vice President Moss with several time-sensitive items and have not received responses, even with repeated requests for communication. This item has come up previously and privately in meetings I've been in. So I think that it was prudent for this person perhaps to use the Senate process to raise the level of this request. So it's here. The Senate can do with it what it wishes. We can ignore this request to agendize this item and say this isn't our purview. We can agendize it, and then from there we can do a number of things. We could send a general request to quote our administration as a whole and say that for faculty work and for college work to be done, we need clear and frequent communications with administrators and cabinet level members. We could have a Senate resolution requesting that, or we can just let this sit here and yeah, like I said, not address it. So the way we have worked with items on our request for agendized items previously is that they are posted and shared. And then if a senator would like to agendize it, they'll make a motion. It would need a second. And then if it's supported by the majority of faculty on the Senate, then we would agendize it at a later meeting. Oops. So that's what we can do with this. Is there any clarifying questions, or does anyone want to make a motion?
So I would make a motion to agendize this.
Okay, there's been a motion made by Senator Granger to agendize this item at a future academic Senate meeting.
I'll second the motion, Robbie Fisher.
Okay, and Robin, I heard Robbie first, so I'll have Robbie second it. Okay, so we have a motion to agendize this item on a future Senate meeting, and it has been seconded. So now we will do a roll call vote, and for it to be agendized at a future meeting, we need the majority to say yes. So your votes are yes to agendize it, no, do not agendize it, and an abstention is a non-vote. Ben.
I'm sorry, I know we're in voting mode right now.
It's
but
okay.
to discuss it, it would need to be agendized. Am I correct on that?
Yeah.
So we cannot discuss this right now.
No,
Got it.
that's why I said clarifying questions.
Got it. Got
Yep.
it. Well, to discuss it, then I would have to be a yes.
Okay, Counselor Jen?
No.
Ellen?
I guess I'll vote yes.
Jenny?
I'll vote yes for discussion.
Joy?
Abstain.
Dee Dee?
Yes.
Elizabeth?
Sorry. Yes.
Kathy?
No.
Robin?
Yes.
Jess?
Yes.
Robbie?
Yes.
Ruth?
Yes.
Tara?
Yes.
Russell?
Yes.
Trisha?
Yes.
And Anna?
Yes.
Okay, so that makes 14 yeses, 1 abstention, and 1 no. So with that, we will agendize it at a future meeting. Okay. Going back to our agenda now. We are now on item 6.1. I will briefly review our consent item guidelines. So as a reminder to everyone, consent items are items that we have agendized, basically not to discuss or dive into. If there is something on the consent agenda, today's meeting, there are two things. If there is something that you would like to discuss, meaning beyond a clarifying question, what we do is we pull it from the consent item, or excuse me, the consent agenda, and it goes at the bottom of our agenda to discuss. So when we go to approve the consent agenda, you can vote yes, no, or abstain. And I would like to offer for an expedient meeting for somebody to say that they want an item pulled prior to the motion to approve the consent agenda. Okay, so the first item on our consent agenda is item 6.2 with Kenley Neufeld's retirement. We are missing a person in the past president's role. And as discussed at our Senate retreat, I was thinking that Ruth Morales would serve very well as the past president. And even though she herself has never been an academic Senate president, I'm being redundant, herself, that the past president's role is to advise the president. And Ruth is one of the more senior members on our academic Senate, not necessarily in age, but in experience. She's somebody that constantly tells me to think about stuff differently and holds me accountable, and has been on Senate steering and in a number of leadership roles, and is an all-around awesome person. So as such, I requested her to be the past president, and as per our Constitution, in the event that the past president is unable to serve the academic Senate with the advice of the Senate, shall appoint a tenured faculty member to serve in that position. And Ruth is a tenured faculty member. So assuming that the Senate accepts and approves this position for Ruth, that leaves the liaison role of CAC and CPC. I'm being redundant again. The liaison role that serves CPC and CAC open, and thinking about other faculty leaders, other faculty that are involved in different places, also workload. I reached out to Tara Carter and asked if she was interested in serving on Senate steering and serving in this liaison role, and she was. So those are there for the Senate's either discussion or acceptance. The other thing on our consent agenda, item 6.3, we saw the 2022-2023 academic calendar last spring. We discussed it, approved it, went through our shared governance processes. And unfortunately, there was an error. And the error was that the withdrawal date was incorrect for the fall semester. And so it was the 10th week of school for dropping the class with a W instead of the 9th week. So it is here for the Senate's approval to fix that mistake so that the calendar can be forwarded to the CPC and then ultimately the board again, so that we can correct this mistake. So with that, I would like to hear from somebody if they want to pull either item for discussion and then hopefully a motion for approval of our consent agenda as a whole, if that doesn't happen. So giving people an opportunity to pull something. Okay, so then I'd like to entertain a motion to approve our consent agenda.
So moved.
So a motion has been made by Robin Goodnow. Is there a second?
A second.
Thank you, Ben. We now can vote on the motion to approve our consent agenda with these two items. There we go. So your votes again are yes, no, or abstain. Ben?
Yes.
Counselor Jen?
Yes.
Ellen?
Yes.
Jenny?
Yes.
Joy?
Yes.
Edie?
Yes.
Elizabeth?
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Robin,
Yes.
Jess,
Yes.
Robbie,
Yes.
Ruth,
Yes.
Tara,
Yes.
Russell,
Yes.
Trisha,
Yes.
and Anna.
Yes.
The motion passes unanimously. And I am not only thankful for their contributions to the Senate, but also I'm thankful that they didn't vote no, Ruth and Tara, on that. So you guys are on the hook. Okay. Sorry, that was a really bad joke. So that's our consent agenda. Item 7.1 has been removed from our agenda, as have item 8.1 and 8.2. So that brings us to item 8.3, our writ of particulars. Oh, and now I see on the agenda that I didn't fix that XXX date. I meant to update that. So, oh, okay, I need to figure this out. I think it's because my Google Drive isn't linked. But anyways, previously the Academic Senate has voted on a vote of no confidence for 5 of our board members. That vote is on the board's agenda for Thursday, tomorrow, the regular meeting for discussion. Previously, the Senate created and has discussed a writ of particulars at our special meeting when we approved our resolution. We did not feel ready to accept and adopt the writ of particulars. And so everybody felt, or many people felt, that allowing for in-service to happen so that senators can share it out with their division faculty would be a good idea for more input on the document. Ideally, we would wrap this up today for a number of reasons. One of them being during my Academic Senate President's report to the board tomorrow, I would like to offer the writ of particulars during my address to them so that it can be officially accepted into their meeting minutes and live in posterity there. And then also I do think that we need to wrap this work up so that we can shift our focus from what has happened to what can happen, what should happen, and a way forward. I think we can all agree that a vote of no confidence, while it's a divisive move, this body made that decision to do that in an attempt at course correcting campus climate and events and letting the board know how faculty feel about certain issues in a very formal manner. So with that, I would like to open the writ of particulars up for discussion. And yeah, we'll take it from there. We can't access items linked under item 8. Okay. So probably not from the link on the agenda, but the writ of particulars was linked to our previous agenda. And the prior one to that even. So let me pull that up and drop those links in the chat.
Sorry, Ray, I meant 8.4 for the next item. I was just trying to prepare you.
Oh, can you guys access the writ of particulars? Oh, okay, all right. We'll get to 8.4 in a minute. So writ of particulars. Feedback from your divisions.
I can't speak for Robbie. I can't speak for Robbie, but I haven't gotten anything from the science division.
I haven't gotten anything either from sciences.
Okay, so let me just be clear. You shared it at your science division meeting last Friday. You put it in front of faculty And so they were aware that you were soliciting feedback and you haven't gotten any. Is that what happened?
That's correct.
Okay, perfect. Thanks for that. Ellen?
I was just going to say the same thing for ESD. We shared the document with our division and discussed it briefly at our division meeting. I shared my personal opinion that I think we should adopt it in some more formal way, and we've gotten no feedback either way from our division faculty. So I think they're both very busy right now and don't have strong opinions one way or the other. And I think trust us to trust our judgment about how to move forward with it.
Got it. Thanks for that. Elizabeth.
Yeah, I just wanted to say it was the same for the math division. I presented it. I made like a document for them to type in any suggestions, and I didn't get anything. So, yeah.
Okay. And I feel like this is the writ of particulars, and feedback for it is a little bit like a Yelp review, right? And like the only people that comment on it are like people that absolutely love it or absolutely hate it. And like, it's kind of good that nobody loves a writ of particulars, because like that's a weird thing to like. So I guess I'm a little bit relieved that faculty, like as it's been shared out, like aren't like, we hate this. This is the worst thing ever, right? So I guess that's a little bit of a good sign. So like a lukewarm or non-response is like a little bit of a relief for me, just so that you all know like what I'm thinking. Let's see, Robin and then Joy.
We did discuss it at our division meeting. Mostly the questions revolved around the vote of no confidence and what the implications were and where we go next. But in terms of the writ, some people were really surprised, well, not surprised, but they were interested in the detailed information in it, because obviously not everybody goes to the board meetings and not everybody was aware of some of the specifics, and felt that it was a strong statement. There's a lot of not clarity about what we'll do with it other than present it to the board. But they were in, I want to say they were in favor, because they aren't really clear about what a writ of particulars is, but they definitely liked the document and appreciated the documentation and felt that it was a strong statement to make to the board.
Okay. Yeah, again, good feedback. And yeah, I mean, this is new territory for, I think, all of us, right? Unless you're a lawyer, like what is a writ and what is the point of it? And yeah. But I'm glad that you took that time with your division to talk about the vote of no confidence. That was definitely a really good use of your time, in my opinion.
Yeah, my division was very interested in that and in knowing what the next steps are and what the possible results might be.
Yeah, I think we all are. I'm hopeful that potentially this is the thing to
catalyst.
Yeah, there we go. I like that word. I should know that word. Catalyst. Yeah, I'm hopeful for that. You know, we'll see what the board's reaction is to it tomorrow night, and the discussion there, and then from there onward. So I hope that it builds a bridge, as funny as that sounds, because of what a vote of no confidence is, but one can hope. Joy.
Yeah, so I talked about it with the Fine Arts Division, and people were supportive of the no confidence vote. And I presented it as the way I thought we were talking about it, which is a kind of accompaniment. I think Ellen talked about it as a sources cited. And And so there was no pushback at all on that. I think the questions that came up for us about the vote of no confidence, which was how much good would it do? But there was no pushback on the fact that we did that. And then I think for the fine arts, it's safe to say that they would be fine thinking about this document paired with the vote of no confidence. So to represent my division, I would move on it. And I read it over this morning again, and I thought it looked pretty good.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks for that, Joy. Tara?
Thanks. Ruth can help me chime in here, please. Our division likewise had a conversation just about what a vote of no confidence is, and we cleared up some of that for our division. The one suggestion that I think we should include in our writ of particulars is to add not only the board policies that aren't being followed, but the accompanying accreditation policies. They have like that match, and I can get those to you, but that's pretty easy just to add those.
Yes, that's one thing that came up. And then there were two things that were contributions just to minor edits, and I put them in there right now, which I think are pretty good. So on page, bear with me while I find it. Or if you want to search making it impossible, if you search that, you'll find it.
Oh.
I'll bring it up on the screen too. I switched over to Safari. Where
or search the word impeding, because I crossed it out. I don't know if you can still search
impeding. Oh God. Okay. Yeah. Ooh.
So this is page 1.
Impeding.
Yeah. Page 1, item 1A. So I thought this was it's a minor edit, but instead of saying making it impossible, like being clear that they're impeding. And then the other one is on page 3, item D. You can search.
Yep, I got it.
Okay. So being clear again that it's not just their preference for management, but that they're overstepping in operations. I thought that was also a good contribution.
Yeah.
And then also to add the standards that she said.
Yep. Okay, cool. So Tara will get those to me. Other comments about this document? Well, the date needs to be updated. So assuming I can do that, and assuming that we add in the accreditation, link the accreditation, is there any other comments about the writ of particulars? Ruth?
Hi, I just caught another one. I think this is the last one. Page 8, item D, that says the trustees do not understand the depth and intensity of the fractured relationships between the board and the college, as well as among, it's suggested that we include management and college constituencies. So it's to include as well as among and between management and the college constituencies. So in other words, for them to understand that it's not just them, it is the relationships across all levels.
So help me out here. So you want to read, the trustees do not understand the depth and intensity of the fractured relationships between the board and the college,
as well as among, and then so this is where we'll edit, and between management.
like that. Is that it?
Oh man. Yeah.
Just remove that second comma where the cursor is. Yeah.
So this comma is correct.
Yes. Well,
yeah, I don't think it's necessary. Where's Jenny?
Well, I think there's a debate there. but yes.
I think if you had commas, you'd want it on both sides.
Well, that's what I had.
No, it was just in the wrong place. It should be.
Oh no,
comma
among
and
no,
between
no.
management, comma, and the, oh, is that where it was? I'm sorry.
So wait. Okay,
Oh, wait.
you tell me what to do.
No, I think I would, if you had a comma, I would just put one after college, but not after among.
Between the board and the college, as well as among and between. No, no comma.
No,
among
no
and
comma.
between goes together.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to put a comma everywhere after every word. Okay, those are some good edits. I'm not hearing other calls for discussion or edits. Oh, there's Ellen. Ellen?
Not a discussion or edit. I would just like to, I always forget if we move something to action first or make the motion we want to then. So I move that we move this to action so that we can adopt it, but I'm not sure how to state that.
There has been a motion made by Ellen Carey to move the writ of particulars to action so that we can accept it as amended, previously stated the dates and the updates to the accreditation references, but not in sub content.
Yes.
So for this to happen, we need a second, and then we need a 2/3 vote, and I believe there can't be discussion on the motion to move it to action.
I second it.
Okay, thank you. So it's been seconded by Joy Coons. We will now vote. Stop share. Let me go to a list. Okay, so 2/3 vote. So we are voting just to move this item to action, not on what we're going to do with it in action. Okay, so the motion on the table is to move this to action. We need a 2/3 vote. You can vote yes, you can vote no, or you may abstain. Benjamin Reyes.
Yes.
Counselor Jen.
Sorry, my dogs. Yes.
Ellen.
Yes.
Jenny.
Yes.
Joy.
Yes.
Devana.
Yes.
Elizabeth.
Yes.
Kathy.
Yes.
Robin.
Yes.
Jess.
Yes.
Robbie.
Yes.
Ruth.
Yes.
Tara.
Yes.
Russell.
Yes.
Trisha.
Yes.
And Anna.
Yes.
That was all yeses, no vote, no no's, and no abstentions. So this item is now in action. I would like to entertain a motion to approve. It would need a second, and then we could discuss.
I move to approve
I'll second.
the amendments.
Yeah, so a move to approve, so hold on. A motion has been made by Ana Garcia to approve the writ of particulars with editing of the dates and the inclusion of accrediting references throughout in addition to the board policies, and it was seconded by Robin Goodnow. So now we can discuss. Or we can just, if there's no discussion on the item and all that has been said that needs to be said on the document, we can do a roll call vote. I'm seeing no eagerness to discuss, so we will move to our roll call vote. So again, your votes are yes to accept this document, no, or you may abstain. Ben.
Abstain.
Abstain. Jennifer, Counselor Jen.
Yes.
Ellen.
Yes.
Jenny.
Yes.
Joy.
Yes.
Dee Dee.
Yes.
Elizabeth.
Yes.
Kathy.
No.
Robin.
Yes.
Jess.
Yes.
Robbie.
Yes.
Ruth.
Yes.
Tara.
Yes.
Russell.
Yes.
Trisha.
Yes.
And Anna.
Yes.
Okay, so that's 14 yeses, 1 no, 1 abstention. So the writ of particulars has been adopted. And I will share it formally tomorrow night with the Board of Trustees. All right. And I'm sorry if that smile was inappropriate, but my baby just walked in the room. So that's why I smiled. And here's my baby as proof. Say hi. Okay, back to business. All right. Moving on to item 8.2. Now Ruth mentioned, and thank you, Ruth, or excuse me, not 8.2, 8.4. Yes, Olive, hi. Recommendation of Juneteenth as an official SBCC holiday. Ruth mentioned that the PDFs of the APs and BPs did not work. So those were just there for reference. So we don't need to pull this item or anything. I can share the direct link to these, but if anybody would like to go to them, you can either search yourself SPCC AP BP and find the board policies and administrative procedures website. And so the AP number is 20, what is it? This is weird. 2040, I believe. Is that right? Academic calendar here. Let me just. Oh, 4010. BP 4010 and AP 4010. So I will just share my screen with you now that I have those open very quickly. The BP is very short. The academic calendar, gets consulted with the appropriate groups and then goes to the Board of Trustees for approval. And then the academic calendar is less than a page. It's not very long at all. And it is here where our holidays are explicitly given. And last year, this past summer, Juneteenth was made a federal holiday. And then it was recognized by our college. Dr. Goswami recommended to the board to recognize it. And in observance of the holiday, the college was closed. And we would like to have that happen and acknowledged every year. And so to do that, we would need to include Juneteenth as one of our official holidays in our credit academic calendar. Please make note that because it is in June, that it does not affect days of instruction during the regular terms. And so that is why this item is here, so that the Senate can officially weigh in on including this in our official calendars. So we'll open this up for discussion. Ideally, we could move this to action today and accept it, or not even move it to action today, but if you could advise the Academic Senate to, the Academic Senate faculty leaders to report to CPC and the Chief Instructional Officer, our EVP Kathy Scott, to recommend these changes to our AP, then we could make this official that way as well. So Robin, your hand was up.
That was my question, if we needed to move it to action or what the next step was. So the next step would be to make a motion to recommend that CPC faculty and Kathy Scott as acting EVP take it to CPC for discussion?
So it's going to go through our normal governance groups because the academic, it needs to be added to our academic calendar. So all of our constituency groups need to kind of weigh in and provide feedback. And it would ultimately go yes to CPC, and then from CPC to the superintendent president, and then the board for final adoption. So yeah, so I don't know. Ruth's brand new as our parliamentarian. I don't know whether we want to make it an official vote, like move it to action and approval, or just discuss and so that the faculty on CPC that represent the Senate can bring that forward. Moving it to action would be very formal, so then there's no questions, but also more cumbersome.
Got it.
That's also part of Senate, right? Yeah. Robbie?
I was going to suggest that we move it to action and vote on it so we can go on record with the extent of our support.
Okay. Ruth?
And perhaps even the vote by acclamation.
Yes. Ruth is doing her role very well. Ruth, can you explain that to people?
Where we don't take a formal roll call, and unless anyone objects, we could say that we formally adopt it as a body, as one.
Okay, so we could make a motion to move it to action and then have that be done in action, right, Ruth?
Well, I think so. I have not learned the rules. I'm sitting through classes right now, but I think so, yes.
That's how I understand it.
Ray, I'm confused. This is Christina speaking. Do we have a motion?
Not yet. We're right now discussing what we might want to do with a motion so that we don't have 1,000 friendly amendments. But I think Robbie's going to make a motion, I think.
Well, I have another question. Is there an advantage to consent other than it takes less time? I think it would be nice to show, if we all support it, to actually show that quantitatively. Okay, so I move that we support the Academic Senate, support the motion of making Juneteenth a holiday, and we vote on that.
Your motion is to move it to action.
Yeah.
Right. I move to move this to action.
Perfect. Is there a second?
Second.
Anna seconded. Okay, so there is a motion to move this to action, and there was a second. We'll do the roll vote on. Okay, moving this Juneteenth as an official SBCC holiday to end. Vote yes, no, or abstain. Ben?
Yes.
Counselor Jen?
Yes.
Ellen?
Yes.
Jenny,
Yes. Did you hear that? Yes.
yeah, I got it. Jenny, yes. Joy,
Yes.
Dee Dee,
Yes.
Elizabeth,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Robin,
Yes.
Jess,
Yes.
Robbie,
Yes.
Ruth,
Yes.
Tara,
Yes.
Russell,
Yes.
Trisha,
Yes.
and Anna. Did other people hear Anna's vote? I missed it.
I didn't, but she seconded, so I'm assuming it's a yes.
Sorry,
Am I allowed to assume?
my internet is bad. Yes, I vote yes.
Okay, there we go. All right.
Enthusiastically, yes.
Thank you for that. Okay, so this item is now in action. Ruth made a suggestion of how to adopt this. Ruth, do you want to offer that one more time?
Yes, I'm suggesting that we adopt this by vote by acclamation, which is by not taking everyone's individual vote, but saying that we support it as a whole, unless someone here would like to request that we do it, take the vote one by one.
Okay.
I move to vote on this one by one, although thank you for the suggestion, Ruth. I'd like to see the amount of support. I'd like that recorded.
Okay. Second?
I'll second.
Anna's seconding it. Okay. Is there any more discussion?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, Trish.
Yeah, no, I fully support the holiday. And that my only slight reservation has nothing to do with the holiday itself, just the fact that some of us don't get paid on holidays, and I'm just wondering if there's any inadvertent impact. Again, I hate because I totally believe in the holiday, but I'm just wondering if there's anything that mitigating factor so that people aren't losing a day's pay or something, like, I don't know, adding a day. I don't know if this is the place to discuss it, but that would be my only slight concern.
Yeah, definitely not necessarily the place to discuss it for a million reasons. One of them is like that working conditions thing. So like, that's like definitely not our area. And not to mention like, I don't have, I don't have good answers to your questions around that. Maybe Kathy.
Great point though.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring it up with our faculty negotiation team. Yeah, so that addresses my concern. Thanks.
Yeah. So the other thing I'm thinking is like, right? And so it is considered a college holiday, which would be closed. But yeah, I don't know anything on that. Is Kathy Scott still with us? I'm not.
Got a test.
Yeah, no, actually that it kind of addressed my concern that is something we should negotiate. So it should be, so it doesn't adversely affect anybody else and be a holiday as well. So thanks.
Yeah, I think creating this as a holiday allows for the bargaining of saying this is a holiday. People get it off and aren't, so
Great.
yeah, but those conversations do happen elsewhere.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, no, that's a good point to make. Thanks, Trisha. Okay, so is there any more discussion on this item? I did hear you. I think. goodness. Okay. Poor Elroy. He's gonna be really embarrassed when he runs for president someday. Okay, roll call vote on this. Yes, no, or abstain. Ben?
Yes.
Counselor Jen?
Yes.
Ellen?
Yes.
Jenny?
Yes.
Joy?
Yes.
Devon?
Yes.
Okay. Let's stop my video. Yes, Elroy, you need to go. Let's go. Let's see. Where was I in the lineup?
You're
There we
on,
go.
Elizabeth. Yes.
Elizabeth, thank you. Kathy?
Yes.
Robin?
Yes.
All right, go. Jess?
Yes.
Robbie?
Yes.
Ruth?
Yes.
Tara?
Yes.
Russell?
Yes.
Trisha?
Yes.
And Anna?
Yes.
Okay, and I apologize for my son ruining the sanctity of that moment. So there we have it, a unanimous approval of accepting this Juneteenth holiday in celebration of Black culture and freedom and the end of slavery as I lost my train of thought. A day of celebration of Black culture and remembrance of our painful history as a country as well. Okay, so that was item 8.2, except for the BPs and APs, we got through everything on our agenda. We made a commitment to do more frequent meetings throughout this fall. And also we made a commitment to end every meeting by 5. And we definitely reached that commitment today. Little help from, of course, the documents not being published appropriately, but that's okay. Maybe this makes up for all those summer meetings we had together. So I'd love to entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, unless I hear otherwise, let's get out of here. Bye, everyone.
Bye.